and welcome to Gentle Yoga, a 30-minute practice just to loosen up the body, get the blood flowing, warm up the muscles, focus in on the breath, just half an hour now to connect with self. So we'll start with our big toes together, heels slightly apart, tucking that tailbone under, hugging the core, around all these organs here, the stomach, spleen, liver, just giving them a hug with the core. And then roll those shoulders back, and as you do, just let them relax and fall. Let the chin slightly tuck in towards your throat. And then just connect with your breath. Breathing in, let the breath come in, expand. And then as you exhale, releasing that breath, let the shoulders soften. So we're just connecting with our breathing. Inhale, chest expands, abdominal wall expands, and then exhale. Deflating, soles of the feet sinking, shoulders dropping. 2 more deep breaths here. Stay focused to that breath. And then when we're ready, we're going to come into these shoulders, check how they feel. Draw those shoulder blades in towards each other and let that chest rise. And then we're going to change direction, take those shoulders out and wide, dropping the chin in to the chest. Just a couple more here. And then from there, we're going to come back to our mountain pose. Inhale to bring these shoulders up to those ears, and then exhale to drop. Really release any tension in those shoulders. Stay focused in your mountain pose. And just with each exhale, as you exert that breath out, let those shoulders drop. 5 more. And then from there, just placing our hands onto our shoulders and just circling. One way, then the other. And then from there, we're going to bring the hands down. Inhale, bring these arms up, squeeze those glutes to support the lower back, and then taking hold of your right wrist with your left arm. Just inhale, as you do, lengthen and extend through this arm. As you exhale, hug the core a little bit more. Really tuck that tailbone under, and then breathe in again, lengthening and lifting out of this arm. So this left hand is really pulling that right wrist up, stretching through the shoulder blade. 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to pull, so this left hand is going to pull this right wrist down, taking it behind the back of the head if we can. Strong opener, so if it won't quite go behind, just go where it will. And then tuck the tailbone under, really hug the core. Breathe in here, 2 deep breaths. Then from there, inhale to rise back up. This time that right hand takes that left wrist, and we inhale and pull up as far as we can. Breathe in, fill. Exhale, maybe just allow the shoulders to soften and the feet to anchor. One last breath here. Breathe in again. And this time as you exhale, bringing that wrist down towards behind that head as that right elbow comes out, flexes to the side of the body. And then again, keep the tailbone tucked, hug that core, 2 deep breaths. And then inhale, just relax, bring those arms out, and just some easy twists, just wrapping those arms around the body, releasing any tension in those shoulders. And then from there, coming back to the centre, pushing one hand away with the other, just gently pushing those hands away from the chest, taking the shoulders out wide and then just tucking that chin in. Looking towards those toes, lift them, spread them, and place each toe down as individually as you can. Just feeling and creating as much space. And then just really pushing down into the balls and the heels of the feet. And then breathing in. Feel the chest expand, the belly rise. And then as you exhale, really hugging that core back, see if those shoulder blades will just come that little bit further away. 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale to bring yourself up, slowly lengthening through the spine. Tuck the tailbone under, hug that core, and then bring these arms behind. You can either interlock hands or push one hand away with the other. Activate those glutes. Encourage the shoulder blades to pinch in towards each other, lifting those collarbones. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 deep breaths. Then we're going to inhale to rise back up, back to that mountain pose. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. And then we're going to exhale and squat down, hugging our knees with our hands. And we're going to tuck that tailbone under. You could tuck the thighs if easier. Encourage the collarbones to push forward and the shoulder blades to pinch in towards each other. And then from there, just circling with these knees. Try and keep the soles of the feet down. And just take a couple of deep breaths into the body. Changing direction. Back to that centre, and then just push those knees out side to side. Keep that tailbone tucked, keep hugging the core. Keep those inner thighs pinching in towards each other. And then from there back to the centre. Inhale, bring these arms up. Bring them as close to your ears as you can, the arms, but then just try and encourage the shoulder blades to drop. Tough one. Extend through those fingertips. You can soften the elbows if there's a lot of tension. Keep the core hugged. And then as we exhale, that tailbone's going to come up. We're going to tip in, abdominal will rest on the thighs, and allow the hands to come up as far as they're comfortable to do so. And pinch those shoulder blades in towards each other. Then breathe in, coming up through those feet. Arms start to swing forward, hugging that core, shoulders dropping down, the armpits coming, the arms or the upper arms coming in towards that face. Let's do 3 more of these. So we exhale, coming down, abdominal wall to the thighs, arms raise up, draw those shoulder blades in. We then inhale, breathing in, coming back up, lengthening through these arms, dropping the shoulders, arms coming in towards the sides of the face. Exhale, coming down, dropping, tailbone comes up, chin tucks in, shoulder blades in. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This time as you exhale, just go a little deeper into that squat. Connect with the balls and the heels of the feet. As you inhale, rise up. Extend through that body, squeeze the buttocks, lengthen through those fingertips. Push the balls and the heels of the feet down. And then exhale, bring those arms back. 2 big shoulder circles here. Before we take those legs wider. So use the width of your mat. So those hips have got some room to move. Place the hands on those hips and just circle. Great for loosening them up. Keep the tailbone tucked and the core hugging in. And just move one way, then the other. Changing direction. Changing direction again. Back to that centre, and then we'll just try an 8, a figure of 8. So we'll do a little small circle cross in that middle and just do an 8. Nice and slow. Keep that heart space open. Changing direction. Just a couple more. And then back to that centre, and then tipping, tilting side to side, tailbone tucked, just moving through those hips. And then from there, we're going to bring those hips stationary, tailbone tucked, and we're going to bring these arms up now. Inhaling, filling up. And then we're going to glide just from side to side using that upper body so that tailbone stays tucked. And we're just gliding. Shoulder blades pinching in towards each other. Trying to keep those shoulders down as well. Extend through those fingertips. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And then from there, we're going to go over to that right. As we inhale, extending as far as we can. Then exhale, relax the shoulders, hug the core, anchor the feet. Breathe in again, lift this right hand up as lift the left hand up as that right one drops down. Reaching as high up as you can. Chest is open, tailbones tucked, hugging the core. Breathing in, you can either stay here or you could exhale and bring this arm up and over. The upper arm coming in close to the face. You can flex the elbow if the shoulder's very tight. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Keep hugging that core, tailbone tucked, and use the core and that pelvis to bring you back up. And then as we come back up, soften those shoulders and glide side to side. And this time we're going to go over to that left, inhaling, coming as far as we can. And then exhale to hug the core, tuck the tailbone and to soften the shoulders. And then inhale, right arm comes up, left drops. Really feel that arm extending up as this left arm just releases, lets go, tailbone's tucked. You can stay here or you could bring that arm across. Keep the tailbone tucked under, breathe into the body. You may find one side a lot tougher. Breathe in, hug the core, tailbone active. Bring those arms up, lengthen, extend the fingertips, soften the shoulders. And then some easy twists. Wrap the arms around the waist. Let the hips move freely. Let the fingertips loosen up. And then coming back to the centre, we're going to do this, but just add a little bit of movement, or a little bit more movement, a little bit of control through the movement as well. So we're going to inhale, those arms are going to rise up, fingertips extending. We exhale, soften the shoulders and the balls and the heels of the feet into the mat. So we feel that security beneath us to tuck and hug our bones now with our muscles. And as we breathe in, we fill up. And as we exhale, this right hand's going to come to the outside of the left hip. Left hand's going to come to the outside of the right or the glute, wherever you can get hold of. And then we're going to lift up through that torso, open the chest, pinch those shoulder blades in and look over our left shoulder. And that's with our exhale breath. We're then going to inhale, fill right back up. And exhale to the other side, left hand, right hip, right hand to left. Hugging, almost hugging in, and then lifting and lengthening to exhale, twist it round. Link it with the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Listen to your breath. Feel how that core really helps in the twist. 2 more now. Extend that exhale. Breathe in. Extend that exhale. Then inhale to come back up. And exhale, some easy twists. Back to that center. Let's open up these shoulders again. So interlock our fingers. Inhale, reach up, extend. Push those palms up towards the ceiling. Chin slightly tucks in, hug the core. Then exhale, support the back of the head. Try and encourage these elbows to come out wide. Lengthen through the back of the neck, through tucking that chin in. Anchor the feet down. Keep the hips facing me. And inhale as you go to that left. Exhale as you go to the right. Really feel the breath. Listen to it. Try and allow the back of the head to anchor into those hands. Keep it going. Last one. And then coming back to the center, we're going to work in our pelvis now, just releasing and working with that breath through the pelvis. So as we inhale, we're going to squeeze our buttocks, tilting that pelvis, and then we're going to fill up with that breath. As we exhale, we're going to release that tailbone, but hug the core. Breathing in. Now you really need to feel this, connect with it. We do this on the ground, pelvic tilts. So it's exactly the same, we're just doing it up. As we inhale, we squeeze the buttocks, feel the chest, really open up with that breath. And then as we exhale, we hug the core, releasing that lung space. Last one here. Slowing that breath down always helps as well with the body. Let's inhale, bringing those feet back together, those arms down by the sides. We're just going to do a couple more lateral bends and then we'll just do a little bit of flow. So those shoulder blades back, abdominal wall hugged, hands by the sides, good old mountain pose. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Even weight on the feet. We're going to breathe in, fill up. And as we exhale, we're going to drop our hands down to that right, opening up that left shoulder. Inhale to come back up. And exhale down to the other side. Inhale to come up. And exhale. Inhale. So imagine there's a piece of glass in front and behind. This time as we exhale and we come down, we're really trying to keep ourselves in this pane of glass in front and behind. So just allow this shoulder to relax, soften, really tuck the tailbone under, and then bringing those fingers to the temples. You could stay here, just allowing that ear to drop towards the shoulders, or you could bring this arm up and extend through. Breathe in, fill, and exhale, maybe that little bit deeper. Let that breath guide you. Inhale to come back up, anchor. Exhale, dropping the other side, releasing that arm, rolling back the shoulders. Side bends are great for the body. Really gets the flow going. Removes any stagnant energy, tension in the body. So again, you could keep the fingertips here, or you could extend and reach out, chest open. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Ground those feet down. And then let's just inhale, bring those arms up. Nice big reach, Kaspana Mudra if you can. Lengthen through that body, hug the core, shoulder blades dropping down. And then just exhale, release those hands by the sides. Breathe in, fill up. And exhale, let's flex that back. So we're pulling the core back, pulling up that pubic bone, and then driving the back away from his shoulders out and wide, chin tucks in. We're then going to inhale, come up, lengthen, lift that chest, pinch those shoulder blades. Coming back to a neutral, and then exhale, drawing the belly back, lifting that pubic bone up. Then in that tailbone, release shoulder blades out and wide. With that core hugging. Then we come back up. Opening up the front of the body, really expanding through the rib cage, chest. Notice how this links with an inhale. You just want to fill. And then as we come back to a neutral, push away, flex through that spine. Let's do one more of each. Inhale, extension, then exhale. Really activate the core. Pull away those shoulder blades. Tuck the chin in, give the back of the neck a stretch. And then coming up to finish with extension. Really activating the glutes, hugging those back muscles in towards each other. And then you could support the base of the spine. And just take a couple of deep breaths, shoulder blades pinching in. If you wanted to, you could release the head back. But if the neck feels a little too tight for that, just focus on the collarbones lifting. 2 deep breaths. Let's inhale, keeping the glutes active to bring yourself back up with support. Brilliant. Let's add a little bit of flow. Now, we won't come down to the mat in today's class, but we can still bring some flow into it. So those big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, breathe in, fill up. Exhale, bring those hands back down. Feel that breath. Inhale. Activate those glutes, lengthen through the arms. Bring the hands together into prayer, neutralize the spine. Exhale. Inhale from here, lengthening up again. Glutes active, chest open. Exhale, forward fold. Now for me, I really bend my knees a lot because my hamstrings require that. Let the knees bend. Connect your abdominal wall with your thighs. Make friends here. And then just be mindful not to be pushing all the weight in the heels of the feet. Use the balls of the feet too. And then as you start to connect there, let the shoulder blades come out and wide. Chin tucking, crown of the head to the floor. From here, you could keep your hands on the floor or your shins or above your knees as you lengthen into a half lift. Now this is where we want to extend through our back rather than our legs. So we're not lengthening and lifting up through the legs, we're lengthening and lifting through the spine. So think about your tailbone tucking, shoulder blades drawing in. Lovely long back here. Even weight in the feet to then exhale, abdominal wall rests in the thighs, chin tucks. We really flex through that back. I love to lift the tailbone up here with that core. Then inhale again, lengthen. Extend through that spine. Exhale, coming back. Either covering up the ears, or you could just let the arms hang or come out wide, own preference. Inhale to bring yourself up. Exhale, bringing those arms down. Anchor, soften those shoulders. Feel the balls and the heels of the feet. Let's go again. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, upward salute. Hands come together in prayer. Exhale, squat it down. Breathe in to lengthen and lift, fill up that chest. Exhale, pull back that abdominal wall. Let it rest on the thighs as the tailbone comes up, chin tucks in. Release, relax. Inhale, half lift, hands on the floor, shins lengthen through your spine. So tuck the tailbone under, always hugging that core, pinch the shoulder blades in. Don't throw your neck up. Think of your chest leading forward. Exhale, back into your fold. Inhale, second half left. Exhale, come back, either cover the ears or arms out wide. Breathe in to bring yourself up. Exhale, bringing those hands back down. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands come together, neutralise, exhale. Breathe in, come up. Exhale, come down. Abdominal wall rests on the thighs, chin tucks in. Inhale, lengthen through that back. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Covering up those ears or arms out wide. Breathe in, fill up. Release those arms and exhale to bring you back to that centre. Fantastic. From there, rolling those shoulders back, then bringing them forward. Hopefully the body's feeling a little more stretched now. You're feeling a little more connected with your breath. Just do a few of these shoulder rises. Really focus on that exhale, drop down. And then just releasing, bringing this right arm up, left forearm across, and just stretching out those shoulder blades. Breathe in. And then just exhale, looking over. Another breath here. Then from there, taking hold of that right elbow with left, walking the fingertips down. If you'd like the bind behind, take the bind behind. Or you can stay here. 2 deep breaths. Releasing. This time left arm comes across, right arm pulls in. Try and drop the shoulder blade, hug the core, breathe in. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhaling. Coming back to the centre, take hold of the elbow, walk the hands up. Again, you could bind here if you wanted to, or you could just stay with the hand on the elbow. 2 deep breaths, hug the core. Releasing those arms, bringing them back, and just a few more shoulder shrugs. And then from there, just a slightly wider stance and just some easy twists. Wrap the arms around the body, let the wrists go wobbly, the fingertips, just shake out any tension maybe in those hands. And then from there, coming back to the centre, hands together into prayer, and namaste. Thank you very much for joining me with Gentle Yoga. Worked really well today. Namaste.